Hello and welcome to the world of responsible AI governance. Are you a student eager to understand the future of ethical technology, or an expert trying to align innovation with values, or a senior leader seeking to future proof your organization? Then this journey is for you. In a world where artificial intelligence is deciding who gets a job, a loan, or even a life saving diagnosis, responsible AI is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's no longer just a conversation for academics or policy circles. Today, AI ethics is operational, regulatory, and reputational. It defines how organizations are trusted, how they perform, and whether they lead responsibly or fall behind. This video is a deep dive into the real world frameworks, the tools, and the principles that makes AI safe, fair, and beneficial. We'll explore how to embed ethics not as a afterthought but as a core design element, from data collection to model development, deployment, and decommissioning. As generative AI accelerates innovation, it also magnifies risk, misinformation, biases, opacity, and even regulatory gaps. That's why we need strong governance models and diverse teams, ethical oversight, and most of all, clear global cooperation. Responsible AI isn't just about building powerful systems. It's about building systems that we can trust. It's about shifting the question from can we build this to should we build this, and how do we build it right. In this video, we will uncover how leading frameworks, that's from EU AI Act to NIST AI Risk Management Framework, shape global governance. Why human rights, transparency, and fairness are the bedrock of AI accountability, and why every stakeholder, be it IT developer or a policymaker or a business leader, and citizens, can play a part in shaping ethical AI. So, whether you are just starting out or leading at the top, join me as we explore responsible AI governance. It's your strategic compass in the fourth industrial revolution that we are in today. Because the future of AI is not just about algorithms, it's about us. Namaskaram. This is your host, Savit Vittal Salian. Let's explore this beautiful world of AI and its governance. Part 3 of Responsible AI Governance. We are now in the last part of the series. In this series, we'll cover few more topics, and more important, we'll look at comparisons and couple of checklists. Hope that helps with your planning. The governance model for responsible AI. Well, the first is the corporate AI governance model. It has the responsible AI operating model. The core elements in this is ethics committee, cross-functional AI ethics team, and product lifecycle checkpoint. The next model is the three line of defense, that is the dev teams, risk and compliance team, and internal audit. That's the core element in this model. The third model is the AI ethics champions network, wherein we have a distributed ownership and ethic liaisons in each business unit. So that's the sample corporate AI governance model. The second is national or regulatory AI governance model. The first one is the EU AI Act. The highlight is the risks are tiered regulations. There is a conformity assessment and has real-time monitoring. The next is US NIST AI risk management framework. It has two aspects: risk identification, and next is trustworthiness characteristics, which includes fairness, privacy, explainability. The India's DPDP Act, it's a consent based data governance model. It has a sectorial oversight. The next is OECD or GPAI or UNESCO jurisdiction, which is voluntary guidelines focusing on human rights, sustainability, and transparency. The core principle across these frameworks are fairness, wherein no discrimination, equitable outcome across population, accountability, it's about human responsible for AI decisions and outcomes, transparency, which is AI decision must be explainable and open to audits. Next is privacy, that's personal data protected and used with consent. Beneficence, which means AI should contribute positively to human welfare. Non maleficence, it's AI must not cause harm through misuse or negligence. Human autonomy, it's about humans retain control over AI, especially in high stake context. Some of the examples of ethical framework is the Eslimor AI principles, the IEEE design. Then there is ethic guidance for trustworthy AI and so on and so forth. The focuses are different. The first one is on safety and long-term alignment. Next is on tech design rooted in ethics and so on. This should give you a top view. Now let's look at the generative AI specific risk and ethical challenge. Well, under generative AI risk category, we have misinformation and deepfakes, which is about AI generated content used to deceive or manipulate. The next is hallucination risk. The large language model generates confident but factually incorrect information. So that's hallucination. The next is data privacy breach, which is unintended memorization and disclosure of training data. The next risk is bias amplification. Generative AI output reflects or exaggerate societal and training data biases. So you need to be careful. The next risk is untraceable IP infringement. Generative model creates content that may unknowingly copy original sources. The next risk is erosion of trust, that is, difficulty in distinguishing real versus AI generated communication. So that's the risk from generative AI space. What are the mitigation strategies? Well, the controls are model cards or fact sheets, or red teaming and adversarial testing, or reinforcement learning from human feedbacks, or differential privacy, which is protect individual data in training sets, or which is about watermarking, digital provenance, etc. When you compare it, let's look at it from treat AI ethics as a risk management. So how does it work? Well, under this category, that is the ethics as risk management, is ethics as a business risk. Manage the bias, privacy, and opacity. Have a strong focus on risk controls and mitigation strategies. To have risk as an ethical foresight. Ethical AI is critical to prevent social harm. That's the base that you should be using when you're designing your framework. Pause the screen, look at the table mapping, and against each, whether it is establishing a governance framework, or promoting explainability and transparency, or mitigating bias and ensuring fairness. It's about ensuring data privacy and consent, or supporting stakeholder engagement, or promoting continuous monitoring. This table should help you in creating the initial foundation for building a responsible AI in your organization. You can take this as a reference. It doesn't end here. You can use this screen on identifying the top risk in absence of responsible AI, whether it is algorithmic bias and discrimination, or lack of transparency and explainability, or privacy violation and surveillance, and so on and so forth. Against each risk, what are the different subcategories? You can refer these as a risk that is there in your organization. Try to see how you can mitigate it. What controls and policies would you need to put up so that these do not surface itself or manifest itself as a risk for your organization? Yes, of course, not everything would be applicable. You can knock that off. But before you do that, ensure you have done your due diligence. So pause the screen, use the data, take the benefit. Now, from a benefit perspective, well, from a responsible AI's perspective, the benefits are multifold. Whether it is creating trust and credibility, legal and regulatory compliance, fairness and inclusion, innovation with integrity, etc. These are the potential benefits that you derive by having a responsible AI system. You can pause, take the screens, and build on it. Now, this could be useful when you are preparing a management report and summary, because you need to justify the investment that you are making. Use this as a base reference and you can build on that. Having said that, from a challenge perspective, this is how the challenges looks like at this point of time. There are many more, but I've tried to put up the list that was possible for me to generate. There could be deeper. You need more people to look at it and think through from your business side. The challenges are lack of clear ethical guidelines, organizational misalignment, biases in data models, poor transparency and explainability, limited technical tools and standards, etc. Each of them would have its subcategories. Like example, lack of clear ethical guidelines. Ethic statements are often vague and non-actionable. That's a challenge. That's where the management would require to invest time and energy to articulate the statement in such a way that there is minimal or no other interpretation than one. It's easier said than done, but that's where the experts come in. So you can take the challenges listed here and build your framework. In summary, government governance maturity varies across sectors and countries, but core ethical themes remain consistent. AI ethics is no longer academic. It's now operational, regulatory, and reputational. Generative AI brings unique risk, especially around misinformation and explainability. It demands new tooling and faster oversight cycle. Human right, transparency, and accountability are the bedrock of all robust AI framework. Now, in perspective, responsible AI governance is not merely an operational necessity, it's a moral imperative. In an age where AI influence who gets a loan, a job, or even a diagnosis, governance cannot be an afterthought. It must be baked into the life cycle of every AI system, upheld by every stakeholders from developers to regulators to citizens. The future of AI lies not just in innovation but in trustworthy innovation. By aligning AI systems with human values, safeguarding fundamental rights, and fostering inclusive impact, responsible AI governance becomes the compass guiding humanity through the fourth industrial revolution. Hope this video serves as a pragmatic guide for business leaders, technologists, and policymakers navigating the ethical complexity of AI. Drawing from my background and my little experience in AI ethics, I would like to emphasize that AI ethics is not merely a theoretical concern but a practical necessity for risk management and organizational integrity. This should serve as a practical guide for organization aiming to develop and deploy AI systems that are ethical, transparent, and trustworthy, drawing from industry standards and real world examples. The emphasis is on the importance of integrating ethical consideration throughout the AI life cycle to mitigate risk and build trust. From an AI ethics as a risk management perspective, we need to reframe AI ethics from abstract moral consideration to tangible business risk. The argument is that ethical lapses in AI, such as bias, lack of transparency, and privacy violation, can lead to reputational damage, legal repercussions, and loss of consumer trust. By treating ethics as a component of risk management, organization can proactively address potential pitfalls in AI deployment. There are three primary ethical concerns in AI systems. Bias, which is AI systems can perpetuate or exacerbate societal biases present in training data, leading to discriminatory outcomes. Next is explainability. The black box nature of many AI models makes it challenging to understand or justify their decisions, undermining accountability. The next is privacy. AI's reliance on vast data sets raises concern about the data privacy and the potential misuse of personal information. We need to have a clear strategy for identifying and mitigating these risks, emphasizing the importance of transparency and accountability in AI systems. Building a ethical AI structure. Well, beyond identifying risk, through this video, the attempt is to offer guidance on establishing organizational structure to support ethical AI practices. Starts off with ethics statement. Developing clear, actionable ethics statements that goes beyond platitudes to guide decision making is the key. It's a start point. The next is governance framework. Implementing policies and processes that embed ethical consideration into AI development and deployment is the second steps. Leadership engagement, the most important part in this. Ensuring that the senior leadership is actively involved in and accountable for ethical AI practice. It's not just about giving a mission statement, a vision statement. It's about involving them actively. Do note that ethical AI is not solely the responsibility of engineers, but requires cross functional collaboration and leadership commitment. In conclusion, responsible AI governance is no longer a theoretical idea. It's a critical, strategic, and ethical imperative in our technology driven era. As AI systems increasingly shape life changing decisions from employment and healthcare to finances and justice, their design and deployment must be anchored in human values, transparency, and accountability. This framework is not just about coding smarter machines, it's about doing the right thing at every stage of the AI life cycle, from data collection and model training to deployment and decommissioning. Responsible AI must be safe, fair, explainable, inclusive, and auditable. It demands collaboration across disciplines, which is developers, business leaders, legal teams, policymakers, and everyday users. All of them share responsibility in building system that serves humanity and not harm it. In particular, the rise of generative AI has introduced new and urgent risks such as hallucinations, misinformation, intellectual property misuse, and erosion of trust. These challenges require not only enhanced tooling and oversight, but also global cooperation, rapid policy evaluation, and public awareness. Governance maturity may differ across sector and nation, but the foundational principle human rights, fairness, accountability, transparency, and inclusivity remains universally relevant. By embedding these values into both design and decision making, we foster AI that aligns with societal goals and uphold democratic norms. Ultimately, responsible AI governance must be treated as a core element of risk management, corporate strategy, and public trust. The question is no longer just can we build this, but should we build this? And more importantly, how do we build it right? This is not just about AI's future, it's about our, us, you, and me. So think through, how do you want to build your future? With this, we have come to the end of the series. So we have covered off introduction to responsible AI governance, its foundations, pillars of responsible AI governance, perspective, life cycle approach, challenges, impact, the global collaboration aspect, future roadmaps. And the more important one, the one which would help you on ground, are the various checklists that we tried to review. Do use them for your planning if it is applicable, if this has helped you. Start that as a seed. Do note it is not a comprehensive list, it's a seed to trigger your thought process and build on it. You will have experts within your organization who can use that as a reference if not already, and you can build it. Trust your risk managers, trust your control team, trust your audit world. They know what they are doing. It is just that you need to trigger that off. So, as a conclusion, I would like to thank you all for the time that you have invested. On a closing, I'd like to thank everyone on this incredible journey of learning and reflection. I want to take a moment to pause, look back, and express my deepest gratitude to the many people who made this series possible. These videos are more than just content, they are part of a mission to make responsible AI governance and ethical technology accessible to everyone. Whether you are a student just starting out, or a seasoned expert sharpening your edge, or a curious mind striving to understand the digital world shaping our future. But none of this would have been possible alone. So thank you first to my mentor and teacher, Mr. Ganapati, Shri Ekadanta, Shri Vakratunda, Shri Guru Narsimha, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, and their full team. Thank you for showing me the path, for challenging my thinking, and for inspiring me to turn knowledge into action. I would also like to thank Sarita, Likit, Bhakti, Akka, Mamu, Mahesh, Manu, Sharu, Kuki, and Gyan, my peers, colleagues, and fellow practitioners. Your collaboration, feedback, and insight brought real world clarity to every framework, principles, and idea discussed. You helped bridge the gap between theory and practice. I'd like to thank all the researchers, authors, thought leaders. Your work laid the foundation for much of what we explored. From ethical framework to global governance model, your voice guided and enriched every module. I'd also like to thank the students and learners. Thank you for your curiosity, your questions, and your hunger to build a better world. Your engagement keeps this journey alive and purposeful. Next, I'd like to thank the broader community of experts, policymakers, advocates. Thank you for your tirelessly pushing for a world where technology serves humanity and not the other way around. And finally, to my creative and technical support, Jai Sheila, Gopal, Pramod, Ganesh, Natesh, DK, Harry, Kutti, Anand, Shobna, Christy, etc. There are many more. The one who stood behind the cameras, edited script, improved visuals, helped design the infographics, or simply offered encouragement when it was needed the most. This would not exist without you. Special thanks to Swarna. This is not just my work, this is our shared contribution to building a future rooted in trust, fairness, and human dignity. Together, we are creating a legacy of learning, accountability, and hope. So, from bottom of my heart, thank you. Let's keep learning, sharing, and leading with responsibilities. The world needs it now more than ever. Take care, stay inspired. Let's continue to shape the future one ethical decision at a time. Thank you very much. This is Savit Vittal Salyan. Namaskaram.